You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Women Wednesday, and we're going to have my girl Ashley coming into the studio. But prior to that, we are going to talk about how do you fix broken friendships. We always talk about relationships, incompatible relationships, how to make it work when it's not working, going to counseling, doing this, doing that. Can you do that with your friends? After that, when my girl Ashley comes in and we start Whining Women Wednesday, we are going to talk about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. So we'll be right back. L.I.C.K Show Hits 92.3.
Every day is a new choice. We make our beds and we lie in them. Who do you want to lay down with? Choose wisely. Met you on Friday, picked you up on Saturday. Sunday night you calling me over and over and over again, telling me that you're ready to rock me steady, rock steady. I got you so addicted, I should've never let you taste my love, my love. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. Still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Gonna be hard. Take it from me, from me, from me. Oh. Damn right I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. And still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to wait. Take it from me, baby. Take it from me, take it from me, take it from me, baby. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Don't wanna leave me alone. From me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. Oh.
L.I.C.K Show, and the conversation is how do you fix broken friendships? So again, before we went to break, I was talking about how we fix relationships and how we can go to counseling, we can figure it out, we can make it work, we can do what we need to do because we want the relationship to work. Kids may be involved, whatever it is, you're going to do more for a relationship than you will a friendship. But what if you've been friends with somebody for a long time? What if within the friendship, you've all had maybe some serious things to happen within the friendship to why y'all have been friends for a long time. I don't know. I'm just throwing out things out there. Like, for instance, when you were younger, your parents divorced and you were there for that person all the time. Or you were, I don't know, y'all graduated high school together, y'all graduated college together, y'all moved in together, you were each other's bridesmaid at the wedding. What do you do when the friendship is starting to change? Do you keep that friendship? I've never heard of two friends going to counseling. Not saying that that doesn't happen or that can't happen. I just don't know that to be a thing. I'll talk about two situations. So, one situation, there are two friends that started out as business partners, and they had to maneuver in how to work together where they weren't as close as friends. Prior to, it was all business, and then within the business they became friends. So within that friendship, now you have a business together. Now you're working together. You're hanging out together. You're finding out the things that you have in common. One, obviously, if you have a business together, then you all have something in common. So whatever that commonality was, that worked for what it was. But then just say as time grows, both of you are growing. But what if either one or both are growing in completely different areas? How do you fix that to not end the friendship altogether? Because sometimes, just like relationships, sometimes in a relationship, the man doesn't do anything wrong, the woman doesn't do anything wrong, or if it's same sex, either man or either woman didn't do anything wrong. It just seems to have changed within the dynamics of how you move because you're in a new space of how you think and how you move and what you have going on. When you value certain friendships, how do you fix those? So I've been thinking about this a lot lately, because I am dealing with this as well. And there are also two other people that this came up to yesterday that are also going through this same exact thing. And I'm like, okay, I can't avoid. It's like God will always put the topic in my mind for me. I've tried to avoid this conversation. I tried to put it on our Monday show. At the restaurant at Harold's Bar and Grill. But I still had to come back to this situation because there are two other people that are really, really close to me that are going through the same exact thing. They were closer when they were younger. Now they're a little older and they are literally night and day at this point. One of them has decided, and I don't know if it's just this week, I'm only hearing about it this week because they're both, one is in one ear, the other one is in the other ear. One of them is deciding to take her walk with Christ. She wants to rededicate her life. She wants to be around anybody that wants to go to church, wants to do church type activities, doesn't want to gossip, doesn't want to cuss and like go to clubs and all that stuff. That is where she is versus her friend that she's always feeling like they don't have much in common. She's not, I'm not gonna say she doesn't believe in God, but she doesn't walk that life at all. She has no interest in even going to church. So not even that she's not spiritual or religious. She's probably neither one of those. More, I guess, I don't know, maybe believe in God, but don't follow it. Don't read the Bible. Don't go to church. She's just not into it in that way. So the one that is making the walk has given the one that isn't within the walk an ultimatum. If you want to continue our friendship, you have to rededicate your life. You have to come to church with me. And I'm in both. I feel where both of them are coming from. So the one that is making her walk with Christ feels like the other one wasn't being a good friend. Whenever the other one wanted to go out and do things, she never invited her. She never wanted to include her. She just wasn't acting like a friend. So I finally told her, because of the situation that I'm in, I was like, sometimes you have to fall back from people and to not make the friendship worse. So I was like, stop chasing her. Stop expecting her to invite you out. Stop forcing yourself to go around with her and her friends. Let her be. If she wants to come around and she wants to be your friend, she'll do that. That's exactly what happened this week. She came back around and was like, you're acting funny. You're not talking to me as much. What's going on? Meanwhile, when she fell back from being friends with her, she found her tribe. She found the people that she felt like were closer to her, that would relate to where she was in her journey with Christ. And now she's okay with the two being how they are, where the other one is like, I'm not used to you acting like this. What's going on? So I gave that one the advice to stop chasing her. If y'all are really, really friends, y'all will figure it out. Meanwhile, I'm telling this one on this end, you don't have to, like, your walk with Christ is your walk with Christ. Like a human being cannot make you make a decision of what you want to do with your soul. If you are my friend and my only way that you want to be friends with me is if I rededicate my life and I go to church, then that's just the end of our friendship. That doesn't make me a devil. That just means you're forcing my walk with Christ when that is an individual journey. So I think that's a little too she went completely left where I was saying, kind of do your own thing, to a point where she's just like, if you don't walk in my world, then it's just not going to work. So I guess you just have to find that balance. Have that same mentality that if you would do XYZ for a relationship, if there's a friendship that you feel like can be saved, then save it. If you feel like it can't be saved, then I don't see the point of trying to fix that friendship. Some friendships really do need to die. And I think that's the hard part if you've been friends with somebody for a long, long time. I was friends with someone all through high school, all through my 20s. And it got to a point where, because we were friends so long, I kept thinking about the history of our friendship, not necessarily the current of our friendship. So it was always like, yeah, we did this when we were in high school. We hung out and we did this and we blah, blah, blah. And she's been my good friend and she was always supportive. And whenever I needed a shoulder to cry on, she was there. And then people would be like, okay, but what is she doing for you now? When is she showing up for you now? And it was a hard pill to swallow because I couldn't think of a single instance within the last couple of years, not even months, the last couple of years, to where I felt like it was a two-way street within that friendship. It literally was a one-way street. And what ended that friendship is her disloyalty to me, um, talking about a situation to somebody that was friends with me that I introduced her to. So you talked about me to my friend, thinking that that person was loyal to you, and came back and told me what was said. So that was what it took to cut her off, but I probably never would have cut her off. I probably would still be complaining about certain things, but then remembering on the back end what she did 20 years ago. So those are the type of friendships that I say you should get rid of. The friendships that you are still talking about the good things they did 20 years ago, and you can't think of a single thing they've done in the last 12 months, the last 24 months, because sometimes we're busy and we don't see each other all the time. So if you got friends that they might live in another state, of course they're not going to be present for you like the one that's living right up the street. So just, like, I don't know, use your gut feelings and like what's going on with that, because even if you're out of town, you can still be supportive by being a listening ear. You might not have the money to come fly out and like be the shoulder for your friend, but you can be the listening ear. You have a telephone, you can call each other. So I always say, if they have not done anything that makes the friendship valuable in the time frame that you could have made that valuable, and you're still talking about old stuff, then that's just the old friendship. Like, sometimes I bring up stuff from high school. I hate talking to people that still talk about high school as if it was yesterday every time you see them. Oh, yeah, I was the man in high school. Oh, yeah, I was the girl in high school. I don't want to hear about your high school stories in your 40s and your 50s. I don't care about what you did in high school. What have you done in this decade? What have you done this year? So that is one thing I would say. Evaluate the friendship, the pros and cons of what is good and bad in a recent time. Like, even if I said, the examples I gave, like maybe a parent passed away or a sibling passed away, or you went through a divorce, or you graduated college and high school together and y'all were roommates and y'all went through like the hardest parts of your lives together. Even if that is the biggest thing you can say about that person 20 years later, then that's just a dead friendship. That's somebody that whenever you see each other or every now and then you want to reminisce, call that person and just call and see how they're doing and reminisce. But I wouldn't consider that person to be a friend. I'm a type of person that put people in categories and tiers. So I am a person that gives 100% trust up front. I know that is probably not the best thing to do. I know a lot of people make you earn their trust. They trust zero people until they get to know you, and then they start to trust you. I'm total opposite. I give you 100% trust up front, and the only way that I will not trust you is if you break it. So, being that way, I can consider somebody that I care about to be a friend. And Not even a friend. I say an associate. I'll put you an associate, especially if you are a friend of a friend. Then I'm cool with you because they're cool with you. Now, if we become friends and you do something to break that friendship, or you break not the friendship, you do something to break my trust, then I have to put you in a different tier. Let's say we have a great friendship where we love to go out to eat, we love to go listen to live music, we love to do karaoke, we love to just sit and talk about men all the time. I'm going to keep you around for those things, but I probably will never call you when I'm vulnerable about something and it's a serious situation that I might get tearful about because I know you can't handle that. And it's not because you're a bad person, it's because you simply cannot handle that part of me. I'll take my little sister for instance. Melissa is my best friend in the whole wide world. I know I say like people are my friends and my best friends. She is top tier over everybody. But when I am in my lowest, I don't call her, not because I can't trust her, but because she doesn't know how to console somebody that's crying. She doesn't know what to say. She's going to feel what you feel for you, but she can't get you out of your funk because she's going to be like, what do I do? What do I say? I don't know. You want a hug? That's not her realm. That is not her strong suit. I'll tell her what's going on, but I do not expect a reaction to get me out of my mood whenever I'm in it. I have other people that I'll call for that. But if I wanted somebody to know every single solitary thing about me, it's going to be Melissa. Whether she can handle it or not, she's going to know it. I just don't depend on her for certain things. I have other friends that are the same way that I don't feel like took my vulnerability and they didn't keep it safe. I had a friend laugh at my vulnerability, so I don't talk to her about certain things because of that. I guess that's kind of how men work too. Like if a man vents to you and you get in an argument with a man and you bring it up to him, he's probably never gonna vent to you ever again. He's gonna close up, and then now you're walking around your house like, dang, he don't never talk to me. Yeah, he was vulnerable with you. You broke it. He's never gonna talk to you again. That's kind of how I work too. If I give you my vulnerability, that's like the biggest gift of me because as much as I talk, there's certain things that I would never talk about on air. How I truly feel about certain things. So if I talk to you in a personal aspect of it and you betray it, that doesn't make me dislike you unless you're going around telling everybody what I said. That just means you can't handle that part of me. So we're gonna take a quick break. If you're just tuned in, you are listening to the Lick Show, and we are talking about how to fix broken friendships. We'll be right back.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nursetobeauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
All right, so shout out to my girl Nurse to Beauty. She was nominated for 2 awards for the Boss Babe Awards, and I don't know if she won or not. But I always say it doesn't. It does matter if you win, but the nominations are what counts the most because once you win, the award show is over. The award show itself is no longer talking about it. The person that won is talking about it. So if you don't follow the person that won, then who I ain't gonna say who cares, but if I don't know the person that won, then who cares? The nominees matter to me because that is what they're pushing the entire time for the show. That is where you get most of your new followers, because now everybody wants to know who is this person that got nominated, right? So shout out to her for getting nominated for 2 awards for the Boss Babe Awards. She is on Mondays 10 a.m. Every Monday, 10 a.m. Nurse to Beauty. She's an actual nurse, y'all. I don't know if she's single or not. I don't think she's single. She's not single. So I ain't trying to hype her up and hook her up. But make sure y'all tune in on Mondays at 10 a.m. to listen to Nurse to Beauty. All right, so if you're just tuned in, we are talking about how to fix broken friendships. Now, I gave a couple of examples on my end, and I don't have all the answers because I am currently, usually I talk about my experiences from the past. I have given y'all a freebie that I'm currently going through this at this very second with one of my closest friends. And the reason I'm even having this discussion is because I love her and I don't want the friendship to end, but for some reason, we just can't get on track of where we used to be. And so that's why I'm having a conversation. I also have 2 other friends that are, one is in one ear, the other one is in the other ear. And theirs is way more dramatic than ours because this comes into a lifetime change for them. One of them has decided to further her walk with Christ, while the other one has no interest in that whatsoever. So the one that is having her walk with Christ has given her pretty much an ultimatum: if you don't come over to my side and rededicate your life and focus on all Christianity, then I got to fall back from being around you. And the one that isn't, I forgot the other piece of advice that I gave her is this is brand new for the one that is making her walk with Christ. And I do know that when people initially start that walk with Christ, they are a little extra, and not in a bad way. They just want to make sure that they're doing everything correct, and they don't want to make any mistakes, and they don't want anything to make them falter back into the person that they used to be. So that's just like if somebody was on drugs real bad or they were drinking real bad. They don't want to be around somebody that is on drugs or drinks a lot when they're trying to get off of it and trying to stop drinking, trying to stop smoking. So they would prefer to be around people that don't do it at all so that they can get into that mindset, into that new lifestyle. Then when they get used to it and they can handle it, they probably have no problems being around smokers and drinkers because they know themselves they're not going to get into it because that's their past, they're over it. So I told her, like, right now you kind of got to move aside and let her figure out her walk with Christ, figure out her direction of where she wants to go with it. And the same thing I told her before: if y'all are really, really friends, y'all will come back around and y'all will figure it out. So now I'm telling the other one on the other end, don't go rededicate your life until you are ready, because that is a personal walk with Christ. That's a personal journey. And nobody on earth, human flesh, cannot force you into salvation. So if she's not ready for that, then she has to do the same thing. She's kind of got to fall back from that and allow her to figure out what she wants to do with her friendship. Meanwhile, you got to keep living and doing your thing. If the friendship is worth it, then you guys will come back around. So that's kind of the advice that I would give myself to this, to kind of, we are both calling falling back. We're trying to figure out, we're having the discussions. We're talking about what I felt like she did to hurt my feelings. She didn't hurt me, she hurt my feelings. She's also feeling like the reaction to how I feel is now I'm hurting her feelings by falling back, not really talking to her. And we both, and this is where I say, when it comes to friendships or relationships, when you have somebody that's willing to get in the ring with you, I think you should fight it out. I think it's worth it. So the fact that we are both like, what can we do to fix this? What do we got to do? Then it obviously means something, because I can say in the last 12 years, she has been present as a friend. It's just something very recent that things keep coming up. And I'm like, if I would have addressed it a long time ago, we wouldn't be here. If I would have spoken up about certain things or moved a certain way, then we probably wouldn't be here. That's the passive aggressive in me. One thing I said too, if you're just tuned in and you weren't here at the beginning, is evaluate the friendship. And if there's things that keeps y'all friends because of years ago, then you have nothing to talk about that is recent years of things that keep y'all friends, then y'all have not been friends in a long time. That's like a stale friendship. At this point, you're hoarding friendships. People hoarder things. Some people hoarder people. I'm a person that hoarders people. It be people I'd be needing to let go a long time ago, and I'll make excuses for them. Or, like I said, I categorize people. This person isn't strong to know my personal business. This person doesn't like to hang out, so I'm gonna go hang out with this person because she's the fun friend, she's the supportive friend, she's the loyal friend. I put all these people in all these different tiers where I probably need to reevaluate all these tiers and find out who is still the weak link and I need to get rid of. One of my friends was going through a situation in her personal life, and she had a friend that she introduced me to, and that friend that she is close to decided not to be her friend because of her trauma. So let's, for instance, let's say I am going through a divorce and I vent to my friend about my divorce, and I'm doing things that probably somebody would look down on, and that friend no longer wants to be my friend because of how I'm acting within my um what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, within my separation and my depression, because that's depressing. Again, when you're going through a divorce, that's literally like somebody is dying that you will never, like, it's almost like a death. You're almost mourning the person because you're not going to be with that person anymore. I have a friend that lost her child, and she was doing a couple of things that were kind of reckless. But what I told her was, you need to grieve the way that you need to grieve. Now, I'm going to pull you off that cliff before you go over that cliff. But if you need to get as close to that cliff as you need to release, then do it. I'm going to be right here holding the back of that rope. Yes.
I appreciate that you said that because there are some people out there who are always in control of their emotional state
Mm-hmm.
to a point where they don't release.
Mm.
And sometimes life gets so hard that when they finally do release, everybody around them is so like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and they want to bring them back in, and and that's not the time.
Nope.
If anything, that's the time where you have to let that person just explode. Sometimes a volcano just has to explode.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, if you can protect the villagers, but you have to let that volcano do whatever it's going to do.
Yep.
And you can't predict what that looks like for that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, okay, yeah, I'm kind of talking about myself, whatever. I'm definitely that person who I don't allow, like when people be like, oh my God, I just saw red and I just got angry or hulked out. I'm not that person. I'm very calculated in my words and my decisions. I'm not just going to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So when I am spiraling, you don't have to tell me. I know.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm driving towards the cliff. But I do appreciate you riding with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I do appreciate you saying every once in a while, that cliff is a little bit closer than you might
Yes.
recognize.
Yep.
You're not telling me to stop. You're just letting me know, hey, look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you.
But
And if you
you
go
got to go
over,
over.
right, if you go over, I'm going with you. But it's a little bit closer. You might want to slow down a little bit, maybe
Make a
turn
left.
a little bit.
Make a
like
left.
like you know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a couple of options out here because I see this
Yep.
cliff a lot closer than you do. But
Yes.
hey, I'm cheering you on. Let's go. Let's go.
Crash.
Like,
I'm the friend. Crash out if you need to
yeah,
crash
and I'm
out.
not getting
But
out the
I'm gonna tell
car.
everybody to move out of her way because she crashing out. She need
Right.
to crash. And I tell you all the time, if you need to cry, cry. I don't care how long it takes you to cry. Some people be like, dang, she been vulnerable and she's been sad and blah 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 for a month now. Okay, she might need 6. She might need 12. Who knows? You can't tell somebody's time frame of when they should and shouldn't get over something. My point is, don't get over it. Don't go under it. You have to go through it. Until you go through it, you're just gonna keep coming back. You're gonna keep crashing out until you go through it. So when people be like, I want to cry, but I can't cry, figure out, do something that's gonna make you cry. Watch a sad movie, reevaluate what's really, really going on. And when you start to try to fight those tears, let them flow. Because if you don't, it's gonna prolong the process. It's gonna prolong it. Your energy is going to change. When your energy changes, your personality changes. When your personality changes, it wears and tears on your body and your face. I'm really big on my face. Like, I'm tired today. It shows. When you are stressed and you're depressed, it shows. So when people sit in that and they try to hober it all in and they try to sweep it under a rug, that's going over it and under it. You're not allowing yourself to go through it. Yes, this person hurt me. This is what this person did. Now I got to write all these categories down of why I'm hurt. Not just he hurt me or she hurt me and this and then no, stay here. Stay within the hurt. You hurt me. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we got to go to 1 and try to figure out how we can fix 1 before we go to 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what people try to do. They try to skip the process. I'm an emotional person. I probably like being emotional. So I prefer to go through it. I'm a strong girl. I'm 5'1". I'm 125 pounds. But you think I'm finna go over and under it? No, I want to go through it so that I don't keep feeling this way and I don't have to revisit this another time. Now, the next time it comes up, I already know the steps because I went through it. Okay, you got to go straight this way. But when you get to this rock, you're going to jump over the rock. This the water. You got to swim through the water. I already know that. So next time I'm coming with a paddle. Next time I'm wearing some combat boots that are good for hiking. Now I know how to be prepared if it ever happens again. So those are just some of the things I would say of one, how to fix yourself and how to fix friendships and being a friend when that friend is in crash out mode. Don't stop them. Don't counsel them. Let them do it, but keep them from going over the cliff. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we are up with our Whining Women Wednesday with my girl Ashley, and we are talking about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. We'll be right back. L.I.C.K Show.
I could hold you in my arms forever, but it wouldn't be long enough. Time is of the essence, yeah, but I'm running out, I'm running out. Why can't I run away from you? Why can't I run away from you? No, just say you won't.
For the cost, I'm having lover's remorse. Climax after climax, and now I'm looking for my drawers. Oh, they on the floor. See, I got a pre-rolled in the car. It's crazy how feelings can change between yesterday and tomorrow. Your late 20s, they got you all up in my business. You see, younger women be less likely to question my intentions. You feeling my vibe, you know this shit you came by. Even though it's still shit I can't buy, I'm gon' try. See, these days it's either real friends or the yes friends. These days it's either wedding ring or it's chase my dream. Fucking right, and I got a bad thing for the night. And tomorrow's a different story. See, that's the story of my life. But
I could hold you in my arms forever, but it wouldn't be long enough. Time is of the essence, yeah, but I'm running out, I'm running out. Why can't I run away from you? Why can't I run away from you? No, just say you won't.
oh, but of course, she always got a voice. With social media temptation, it means I'll always have a choice. I'm psychologically pre-wired to be mentally sex crazed. It got me eating the groceries, thinking back to my I don't give head days. I was young and naive, I was stuck in my ways. She said, most niggas do it and I'm just not acting my age. I know you worked your ass off for that new ass. You gotta show the world, let your phone be the newscast. Give me some more. I'm getting high, thinking of all of the shit that we did on the low. My tenderoni from Tinder be giving the love below. A high key. You willing to try me? You willing to bypass all of my shortcomings and kamikaze?
I could hold you in
Oh, I see.
my arms forever,
Just say you won't.
Ashley smile.
I am smiling. But hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's Ashley Nicole. I'm here. The Lick Show. Whining Women Wednesday. Let's go.
Whining Women Wednesday. Look, so before you got here, we were talking about how to fix broken friendships. Do you have any suggestions on how to fix broken friendships? Do you have any that you had to fix ever? Or did you just let them go, or you don't fall out with your friends at all?
If it's a broken friendship, it's just a broken friendship.
Ooh.
I have fixed one before though. I'm not gonna lie. But
Was it worth fixing? Are y'all still friends now?
yes, we're gonna always be friends. Like,
Okay.
when we were younger or whatever. Now we're older. We just know how to deal with each other. We just say what's on our mind, and it is what it is. I'm the friend that always needs space though. Like, I don't have to be under my friends. I could take space.
Gotcha.
I don't need you under me all the time.
You don't need to see him all the time.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's why you my friend. Because I don't need all that either.
Yeah, I don't need to see you all the time.
So the topic, when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. You want to lead it? Because I've been talking like the last 30 minutes.
I know. I heard you. I tuned in for a little while, and then I was outside getting some content. I said, "Baby, she just so talking today." I mean, to me, the walk away is when you just can't take anymore. I feel like for me, I stay really long to make sure that it's supposed to be the walk away, because once I leave, I ain't going back. Like, I'm never leaving and never returning. So if I leave you, I am done. So when I walk away, I have to just make sure that that's exactly what it is. It is my walk away. So
I feel like when men hear us say that, they think we are so selfish. I had someone, so I edited a clip from a conversation that I was talking about earlier in the week, where I feel like men will put themselves first 100% of the time. Shout out to King from the Royal Couch. He gave me a new perspective to add to my perspective, so now I have two different. So if you are a single person, then yeah, I feel like some men can be very selfish, because they will put themselves first as far as how they want to go with a female. A married man, not so much. I think, like he said, men kind of have to put themselves first, because they have to be the leader of the home. They have to make sure everybody under them is taken care of and happy and supportive and all that. Supported. I edited that clip, and a man, where I feel like a lot of men will agree, is he said, because it's podcast worthy. I hear it all the time. They'll say a man will suffer through his unhappiness, where a woman will leave in her unhappiness. Let me read it correctly. Because hold on one second. Let me read his comment. And yeah, I went off. Shout out to Sky.
Because I don't think that's true. So I just want to hear exactly what he said before I chime in.
Okay, he said a man will sacrifice his happiness for his family. A woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but this is what I told him. A man sacrifices in the fact that he will never leave, but a man will sabotage the whole family for his unhappiness.
That is true.
And I think just nobody ever talks about that.
And just because he doesn't leave doesn't mean that he is present.
Right. That's the sabotage.
That's the sabotage.
That's the sabotage. So I do agree. Men will sacrifice their happiness for their family. Women will sacrifice their family for their happiness. But the part that everyone needs to add is that somebody in that relationship is sabotaging that family for their unhappiness. They're going to find it outside of the home. And that is where it starts at, though.
But that's why I'm a firm believer. The older I get, if it doesn't work, it's no need to stay. It's no need for us to sit there and pretend that we're happy. It's no need for us to sit there and pretend that everything is all peaches and cream.
Mm-hmm.
Like leave. Like you can be happy with just leaving, even if it's with children. Like you can raise children as co-parents and still be happy. It's
Mm-hmm.
no reason for us to sit in the same home or sit in a relationship and just stay there because we're afraid to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like have the hard conversation.
Yeah, I think men. I think they're wired differently. That's why I say they wouldn't agree with that. They would rather be unhappy for their. Not all men.
Right.
Most men that are married, if they had a way that their wife would never figure out what was being said, they would literally talk candidly. They would say that they were probably unhappy in their marriage, but they stay for the commitment, or they stay for the kids, or they stay because they don't want the woman to take all of his things. But he's unhappy, but he's going to stay
Right.
instead of leaving. So when we say just leave, men aren't wired to just leave. So what do we
I think no, because I just feel like we should be able to have those hard conversations. Like I never want a
Mhm.
person to just stay with me
Yes.
because they, like they're afraid they're gonna lose something or anything like that.
Mhm.
That's why relationships are like it's your friend. Like you have to be able to talk to this person as if they were your friend and not your significant other, because you'll divulge more information to a friend than you will a
Yo.
significant other.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Girl, we be having all the crazy. I ain't gonna lie, we have all the crazy. People think
And
we
that's what
are
I love
crazy.
about y'all.
People think we are crazy. We have all of the craziest conversations. Like we were just sitting in bed, and one of my exes came across from an interview.
Okay.
And like we were talking about it, he was like, wait a minute, you used to talk to him. He was like, wait, what happened? He was like, like we was talking because like he knew that I talked to him because with him being in certain rooms, he's gonna always know who I talk to.
Mhm.
And that person is very known. So he was like, he was like, what happened? He was like, why you didn't stay there? He was like, man, I would have stayed in that situation compared to this situation. Like these is conversations we was laying in the bed having
I
at like
love
12,
it.
1 o'clock in the
Love it.
morning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Mhm.
and then like and my track record, I've never left somebody and tried to take everything that they have.
Okay. Same.
Ever. You know
Same.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I feel, and then like my track record shows that. So when I get into a relationship and like we're locked in, I don't have to show it. Like my ex-husband, his family, like have basically come in and, like vouched for me in certain things. So it's
Mhm.
like, I ain't coming in taking his shit. So
Right.
it's like we gonna talk. Like that's my homie. We talking.
And that is what I want. I want somebody that I don't have to run to a friend to because I'm upset with him or he did something to piss me off. Now I got to go talk to my friend. But I've never been in a relationship to where I looked at my significant other as my best friend because they never started as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't start with having the deep conversations at the beginning. So as they say, the foundation that you start or you build on, that's kind of what you're building on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I always say my friends are my friends, my man is my man. And they're like, no, they're supposed to be the same person. You're showing me that it's possible, but I just ain't
But I
never.
like my man to be my friend. Like
Yeah, I want
I
him to be
mean,
my
of course we
best
have
friend.
like of course we have separate friends outside of our relationship. Every healthy relationship needs that. Like
It should. Thank you,
you need
Jesus.
your alone time, you need your
Thank
friend
you,
time, you need your
Jesus.
spouse time, you need your family time. You get what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yep.
So like I feel like every healthy relationship needs that. But at the same time, like that's my role dog. Like
Hmm.
we can travel together, we can party together, we can sit down and watch TV together, we can just go have dinner together. Like I know when he needs his space, he knows when I need my space. He knows when he need like when I need time. Like so I just our foundation was friendships. I feel like with our foundation being friendship, we able to just know that about each other.
And that
And
is beautiful.
I got friends that don't understand it. And I mean, I really don't give a
I
damn.
was say,
Like,
and
it is what it is.
if
Like,
I can talk to my man about every single thing, I would prefer that.
girl, we be, be so
But when you don't start that way, you're kind of timid on what you can say to somebody. One, you're kind of timid because you don't know how they'll react.
mm-hmm.
The sad and unfortunate opposite end of that is you tried to have that with that person and that person broke your trust.
Right.
Women, we can be reckless in an argument. We might like, y'all arguing about, I don't know, you was supposed to pick up dinner, I was supposed to pick up dinner, dinner's not here, now we upset. And when we get mad, we telling you about your mama, your daddy, why you was crying last night.
I don't
You a
do that.
sucker, blah 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 blah. Now you broke that trust with that man. He's never gonna cry in front of you. He's never gonna vent to you. He's never gonna talk to you ever again. Now you just the wife. He gonna forgive you for whatever because we didn't have breakfast, dinner, and I'm sorry you said that. And yeah, I forgive you because I know you didn't mean it. He's never gonna forget it though.
But wait a minute, you can't really say that you didn't mean it because we say what we mean when we're angry.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So like I don't move like that.
Yeah, I'm learning
So
not to shut down, but I shut down for that reason. I
yeah.
don't talk at all
So
because I don't
yeah,
want to
so
say
like I
nothing
don't
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't move like that. Like
Mhm.
you would never hear me just like I'm not gonna say anything to him that I feel like I will regret
Yep.
letting come out of my mouth.
Yep.
Because I don't want him to feel that he can't be vulnerable with me. Because like I
Exactly.
need to be able to be vulnerable with you. Like that's the one person that I know that I can be vulnerable with.
Is
And
your
I need it to
man.
remain that way.
Exactly.
We have a comment from TikTok.
Okay.
Oh.
Nico says, "Why do women say they are open to conversation and then get uncomfortable? We should be able to talk."
Women are sensitive. That's the
Mhm.
only thing I'm gonna say. I'm
Emotional.
not gonna flex like it ain't all women. Some women may not be as sensitive as others. That doesn't mean that she doesn't want to hear the conversation. That just means women are emotional. We're
Mhm.
wired different from you all. So if she says that she wants to have a conversation and she gets to her feelings about it, don't stop having conversations with her. She needs to hear these conversations. It's gonna have to toughen her up. But we are
Mhm.
women. We're gonna be emotional. The last thing we want to do is disappoint the person that we love.
But then you also have to remember this. Everyone loves different, everyone takes things in different, and
Mhm.
everything receive things, like we receive things at a different way. So part of getting to know your significant other is knowing what's going to trigger them and those conversations that you have, how it's going to trigger that person.
Mhm.
So it's not necessarily what you say, but it's how you say it. Because you can say the most crucial thing to somebody, but if you say it to them in a correct manner,
Yep.
then they're okay. Like they're okay with it. And once you get that, I feel like communication is better.
Yeah. I'm laughing because this just happened last night.
Oh God.
Someone talked to me so reckless, and I was like, like, wait a minute. I could have been like, who you talking to? Or you don't talk to me that way, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? I don't want this to turn into an argument. So I said, I like the way you talk to me when you talk to me like this.
Mm-hmm.
His response was, oh, I didn't mean to say such and such. What I meant to say was blah, blah, blah. And instantly that
That's
changed how he talked to me.
and that's what I'm saying. So it's like again that foundation, getting to know a person because
Mhm.
you know how like you know how to trigger. Like my significant other, what triggers him, he hates for me to send like a thumbs up. To me, that's just like so easy. It's like
You
okay.
saying okay.
So yeah, but he'll prefer okay. So I said okay. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna
Uh-huh.
trigger you because I
Two
sent a
two
thumbs
one
up.
word answers back to back. Oh, you done trigger me. Like don't short talk to me.
Yeah,
If it's okay, okay, I get what you say. I don't even care if you just say okay, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
You got to put something. Don't just okay, cool, done. Whoa, am I
like
getting on your nerves?
yeah.
That's
Seriously,
a trigger for me. So that's equivalent to a thumbs up to me too. I agree with him on that one. Don't thumbs up me. Say okay.
yeah.
So I know you're present. I ain't get on your nerves. You ain't too busy to talk to me. Um, but yeah, so I would say I agree. Certain things that will force you to walk away. What about what we say? Commit, submit,
Hmm.
committing. Say you're. I think we kind of touched on this before though. When you're dating somebody and you want to be exclusive with that person, what all do you need as an individual? What does Ashley need, or what did you need for you to become exclusive?
I needed consistency. I needed leadership and vulnerability.
Okay. I think I agree with those. The only thing leadership is kind of hard unless cuz I'm single. So I'm not really dating as much.
Hmm.
That'll be hard for me to figure out within a dating stage of even wanting to get to okay, now I'm cutting everybody else off and I just want to focus on you.
Hmm.
That is not necessarily a committed relationship, but committing to get to know you now instead of you and you. I'm trying to think what do I need to get to that point? Because I don't know when you're like dating and that person is probably also dating other people. What is it that I would need for me to cut other people off? And I've been thinking about that for a week now. Like,
Really?
what is it that I would like One is definitely consistency, right?
That's number one.
And for you, I know it's difference in time frames, but there has to be a general consensus of when commitment actually takes place to where it's actually working. What would you say a time frame of consistency will be? Because I just saw a post and I reposted it that you can't even get to know a person in 90 days anymore.
No. I mean, we're 3 years in, and it's still certain things we're getting to know about each other. But I feel like you're never going to get to know a person unless you spend, like, you have to spend lots of time with them. So me being with spending the night with you on Monday and not spending the night with you again until Friday, that's not gonna do it. Like, we have to spend consistent
Mm,
time together. We have to be in different rooms. We have to be in different situations. I need to see how you
okay.
handle, like, your parents. I need to see how you handle when you're frustrated. I need to see how you handle your children, because, like, that's really big for me because I have children.
Yeah.
So I had to see how you handle your children, and not just from an aspect of, like, because his at first did not live in the same state, so not in that manner. But I need to see how you handle them, like, when they're present. What do you cut off to make
Mm,
sure that you're able to take care of the kids?
that makes sense. Yeah. That makes a whole lot of
So.
sense.
Because, like
Um
me, I drop it out. Like, I cut everything off when it comes to the kids and getting the kids situated. I
Everything got to
cut
go.
my everything but this. My whole schedule today is canceled. I literally,
Gotcha.
literally, I canceled my entire schedule today because
Hmm.
of a situation I have to handle later.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Everything
I
but this.
appreciate it.
Well, it falls within the time, so I'm like, okay, I can, like, I can handle it. But it's
Well, no,
like,
when you said what time do we end, I was like, what?
yeah, because when it comes to, like, to me, when it comes to my kids, nothing takes precedence over my
Everything
kids.
drops.
Anything can drop.
And that again, I speak on this often, but I don't think I speak on it often enough because I still have guys that have little kids that still be trying to talk to me. I would want a man to move that way. And if a man moves that way, then you're gonna have to cut off time with me. You should be cutting off time with me when it comes to your kids. That is the reason why I don't want to date men with small kids because they are supposed to come first.
Like,
You're not married to me.
my youngest bonus daughter is 6. She doesn't live in the state.
Hmm.
She needed help with homework. Okay, we on FaceTime. I'm about to do it. I'm about to help you with
That's what I'm
homework.
talking
And
about.
my friends was like, we was gonna go, like, we was supposed to go smoke hookah. We had a 7 o'clock date to go smoke hookah. I'm like, well, how bedtime is this? So, like, I'm gonna catch y'all later. They was like, you is crazy. No, like, we
See,
don't
that's
play.
because they don't
Like, I
have
don't.
what you
That's what I'm saying. Like,
have.
I don't. When it comes to my kids, anything shut
And
down.
that's how it's supposed to be. Exactly how it's
I
supposed to
shut
be.
anything down.
Men, women, hear that. Like when you have small kids, nothing should come before or above them. Now, let me ask you about this conversation I had yesterday versus what we're talking about today. It's going to contradict myself a little bit.
Oh God.
If I'm saying nothing and nobody comes before your kids, I do feel like your personal happiness has to come before your kids. There was a lady on my live yesterday and she felt comfortable enough to tell me that she just left her, I don't know if he was her husband or her kid's father, but she
Mhm.
left him yesterday
Mhm.
or day before yesterday because we
Right.
talked yesterday. She was like, I left him yesterday, I'm trying to figure life out, because at first she was like, I have been staying for the kids. And I was like, every woman that stays for the kids say they're staying for the kids. You're really just scared to be by yourself. That's really what it boils down to.
Not
So
necessarily.
she ended up leaving.
Mhm.
And it kind of contradicts what we're saying because she's breaking up the family. As men would say, women always break up the family when we're unhappy. So it's all kind of like men and women just think differently. She left because she wasn't happy anymore. She tried. He didn't meet her halfway. She got through the deuces. She got the hell on.
But do you want your daughter watching you grow up unhappy?
That's what I said. That's literally what
Do
I
you
was
want your
saying.
son growing up thinking that
And
women
that's
are
how
supposed to
men think you're
conform?
supposed to be.
Women are supposed to conform. Like, so even though I will drop everything for my children, like, my happiness does matter. I just know how to. I think the older that I get, I know how to channel it more,
Hmm.
because, like, clearly leaving their father, like, didn't create necessarily a happy situation for them. But I have those open conversations so they understand.
Yeah.
Without me having to go into the adult business, like, they understand exactly, like, what the issue is. My son just told me the other day, like, he took me to lunch on Saturday. It was so funny. We had we had, Mother Sunday, and he took me to lunch when I got off work. It was like so cute.
Aw.
And he was like, you just so much happier. He was like, you're always
See?
smiling, and I love how he treats you. And he was, like he was in all of that. And I'm like, kids pay attention.
I said that.
Whether we
They
think
know
they
it.
do or not, they
They
pay
know.
attention.
Yep. They always pay attention. Kids always know when you're unhappy. I say it's in your demeanor of how you talk. Because think about it. If you're unhappy and you got a bunch of kids like tugging on your pants leg, you're gonna get agitated. Move, go sit down, go watch TV. You're not mad at the kid, you're frustrated, your mind is somewhere else, your energy is somewhere else, and you got this happy child all in your face.
You know what? I am so blessed. Like my kids have, even though they have been children that like to be up under me,
Mm-hmm.
they really can sense when something is going on, and they'll just come ask me like, "Are you okay?" My daughter be like, "Do you need me to fix food?" Like my
I
son has sent
love
me
it.
like, yeah. So I'm lucky in that aspect.
Very
Like,
lucky. Very. I used to be depressed in my room, and I knew my daughter got off that bus at like 3:45. I got to perk up by 3 o'clock. So by
yeah,
3:45, mama good.
yeah, you
But
got
when you go to
to.
bed, I'm back in my sad space. There's this meme that went around where it's showing a woman like breaking down crying, and her kids is like, "Can you open a fruit snack?" And she turns it off, and she opens the fruit snack, and
Yeah,
when the kid walks off, she goes back to like falling down the wall. I was like, I literally was like that for years when the kids were younger. So yeah, when it comes to the kids, obviously you drop everything for your kids, but you also, and this goes for men and women, this is not just to mothers, fathers too. I'll even say too, sometimes women are extremely vindictive. They are bitter. They want you back. And if they don't want you back, they want you to suffer. And the only thing they have as a pawn is the children.
yeah.
If you got to take some time away from your kids to get yourself together because she's messing up your mental, you might have to do that. I don't even think you should suffer trying to fight a woman about your kids if she's going to continuously fight with you. Go to court. If that doesn't work, maybe you got to spend a year or two without your kids to be away from that whole entire situation to get your mental together. Because a man's mental is equally as important as the woman's mental.
Oh yeah, it's definitely important.
Yeah, so I
I'm an
don't know.
advocate for going to court. I am, because it
Do
is
what you gotta
because
do,
it's like you
man.
gotta do what you gotta do. Nobody gonna mess up my mental. I don't care who you are. You're
Mhm.
not messing up my mental at
Mhm.
all, because like I am blessed and highly favored over here. You not gonna,
Period.
baby, you're not gonna have me up here with wrinkles and crows and shit going
I'm
on.
serious. Like I've been through all
No.
of that. And like I said, your depression wears on your face. Like I said, I was doing a video on the way here and I was like, "Ooh, like I'm tired." It shows. It shows in my face that I'm tired. So just imagine a person that is depressed, that is sad, and they're holding this in every single day. You don't know it, but eventually it's going to show on your face.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you care about your face.
I hope so too, y'all. Please
Yeah.
care.
So we kind of jumping all over the place, but it's all right. We're gonna take a quick break, and we are talking about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. So you're listening to the Lick Show with your girl Kels and Ashley. We'll be right back.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, KELZ. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items, looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.
Oh. All right, we are back, Lick Show, and what we are talking about is when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. We got a couple of other little things that we're tying in between. It's a whole gumbo show right now.
It is.
So we talked about points of walking away when you're unhappy, when you feel like it's just not working. Also would say, like I said yesterday, and I say all the time, if you feel like you're chasing your partner, never chase your partner. Like you're wanting to fix it, fix. And again, it's not just women. Some men are chasing their wife to fix, and she's just not She's not hearing it.
You don't have to chase what wants to be with you
You
at
don't.
all.
You do not have to chase. Now, it is possible if you're going to be with somebody for the rest of your life. That is a long time. Your life, your whole life expanse time is a long time. I do not expect two people to get along every time.
No.
I don't expect people to get along for an entire year. Sometimes it takes that long to figure things out. But I do expect that two people that are going through can figure out a way to try to make it work.
And communicate.
Communicate. That's part of trying to make it work. Talk to each other. Go to. Some people don't believe in counseling. Cool. If counseling is not your thing, then we need to have counseling by ourselves in the house.
Right.
You tell me exactly how you feel. I tell you how I feel. Maybe we need to have those parameters. I do believe that whole we listen and we don't judge came from somewhere. It was a couple was like, look, we need to really, really talk. I don't need you to judge me. I don't need you to get upset. I don't need you to storm off and walk away. And I don't need you to cuss me out. I just need you to hear me and not judge what I need to say. So sometimes you have to have parameters of how you're going to have a certain discussion. Because like Ashley said, you kind of know what's going to trigger your partner and how to say
Yes.
certain things.
You definitely, if you are with a person, you know their triggers.
And mine is words.
And in the heat of, but in the heat of a moment, what's the first thing that people like to do? Trigger you.
Yep. And
But why would you trigger somebody that you love?
Thank you. And something I have to remember, it's good. It's easy to talk about it sitting right here at the microphone single, but something I have to remember when I do get into a relationship that it's me and him against the problem.
Yes.
So let's say our car broke down. We both need to get to work. Now we fighting every day because the car broke down. We're not mad because you didn't cook dinner and you didn't do the kids' homework and you was supposed to pick them up from after school program. We're not mad about those things. What we're really mad about is the car broke down on Monday and we can't fix it right now. And now we're just pissed at the whole world. You're the person I get to see every day, so I'm going to take it out on you. I'm the person you see every day, so you're going to take it out on me. Where we need to get to a point where we figure out, I'm not mad at him. He's not mad at me. We're mad that the car is broke down. And that's things that we don't do in relationships. Where, like I said, I'm not in a relationship, so I can sit here and talk all day.
Yep.
It sounds good. I haven't put it to practice myself, but I do want and hope that when I do get in a relationship and we do have a disagreement, that I remember he's not mad at me. I'm not mad at him. We're mad at the issue.
I think so. Going to therapy, this is my first relationship that I'm able to use those tactics from therapy and correlate them over to a relationship, and I think that's why it's fine. Like it's fine, you know. Like
it works.
We disagree, we just discuss it, we talk about it, and we go forward.
Yep. And like I said, I'm so proud of myself because I didn't even realize it until we were literally sitting here right now. Is I changed the dynamic of how last night could have went having a conversation because I'm sensitive to words. So what he said to me was cussing me out where he was just talking.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I could either throw it back and he'd be like, where the hell did that come from? I didn't even mean it that way.
Right.
Or I can tell him how it made me feel and compliment him at the same time. And that worked. So I'm like, go girl, like you worked on something, you put it into play and it actually works. So again, if you're going to do the work, implement it. I said that yesterday too. Like it's so many things I fixed about myself. My mouth was one of them. And now I know for a fact, if I get in a relationship and we have a disagreement, I'm not going to cuss you out. Because it's been plenty of times where I would want to cuss somebody out and I chose the high road. I'm not going to walk away like I normally would, but I would have the discussion and be vulnerable enough to tell you hurt my feelings instead of acting like a thug and not telling you hurt my feelings. At first I wouldn't tell you that you hurt my feelings. I'm just going to throw it back because you threw it at me. Yeah, that was me. Or I'm going to shut down and I'm going to make you suffer and make you chase me. I'm not going to talk to you today. You're going to keep calling me. You're going to keep blowing me up. You're going to keep texting me and I'm not going to respond.
But that doesn't resolve anything.
At all. It never resolves anything. You're either going to teach. This is me. If you do that to me, I'm a person that I can take time away and cool down. If you're a person that takes time away and cool down, I might try to reach out. But if you keep doing it, you're going to teach me how to maneuver without you.
Right.
Now I've changed up how my day. Now I've changed up how my day goes. And I don't care if you don't respond to my call or text because now I have a new routine. I used to talk to you on my way to the radio station. Now I found my favorite station, or I found a podcast that I like, or I found another friend to talk to, and I don't have to talk to you. So don't give me options of how to move on without you. That's just how. I'm not saying that works for everybody, but that's
Yeah,
just
don't
me.
give me those options.
don't don't
It
put
ain't
me in
gonna
that
work.
position. You got to talk to me.
It ain't gonna work.
Mhm.
Cause like my thing is, I talk to my partner every day, like
Mhm.
multiple times a day. Like when different things happen. Like when I leave the radio station, we're gonna talk about, like the show. Like we
Yeah.
talk about different things. So who else I'm gonna talk to about if you're not talking to me? So don't
Exactly.
so don't give nobody
Exactly.
that leeway. Because who else I'm
Mhm.
gonna talk to about? Because you're the only
Mhm.
person I feel freely enough. Like if somebody say something on here that really irritates me or whatever, like this is a job. So
Yep.
like somebody say something on here that irritates me, I'm a speak on it and go on with it. But when I get on the phone with him, I might be like, now so and so and so and so, and like I can just be unhinged with no
Exactly.
problem.
Yep. I agree 1000%. So another way to commit, because submit is kind of easy. Someone said, I am enjoying the show. Thank you so much. So again, I did not say this at all today. If you want to see us both in studio, because I know you hear us and see us talking on live, and then there's another woman in the room, and you're like, who is talking? If you want to see us both in studio, just go over to YouTube to the Hits 92.3 page, and you'll see that we are live in studio right now. Oh, I said that so country. We are live.
You said that real good. You know what? You got the link in your bio.
Do I have the link? I
We should
have
put the
links
link.
to episodes. I need to just put the
We
link
should
to
put the
the
link to
radio
our
station.
radio station in
Yeah.
our bio. I'm gonna
I'll
do
do
it.
that.
I'm gonna do it after this episode, so it'll be there.
I will do that. Because yeah, I don't have
I
that.
was
I
thinking
just
about
have
that on the
links
ride
to
to work,
episodes.
and then I was like, I forgot. And so
Yeah, then we just say go to our bio. So look, you still can do that. Go to the bio.
You can go to mine, so just
And
click
there's a
on
link
click.
there. Click on the link and then just go to the hits page. That's what you do. So you ain't got to try to figure out where we at. So yeah, if you want to see us in studio, just go over to YouTube to the Hits 92.3 page, and we are talking about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. Part of committing is one that I said is getting rid of everybody else to focus on the one. And this is not while you're in a relationship. This is before you
This is
get. Let me make sure
before.
I say that.
This is before.
Before you get into a relationship. So I haven't gotten that part yet. I have not. Okay, I'm telling my business.
Oh,
I don't have a roster, right? So I haven't even got as far as to have a roster to cut people off to put that one person in place. I've just been every now and then I go on a date and it's cool, or it's not cool, and I'm like, or I talk to that person, but it's nothing that like I have nothing substantial to like. This is moving towards an actual relationship. And I'm fearful that I'm going to stay here. That's my biggest fear.
Why? Why you think?
Because I don't want to be single forever. I don't want to be one of
So
those
don't-
women that are comfortable
So
being single
why do
forever,
you
but
think
I
it's a-
am.
Yeah, don't turn to the cat lady.
I don't want to be the cat lady.
Don't turn
But
into
how
the
I
cat
feel
lady.
right now, I feel like I might turn into the cat lady.
Why?
Cuz I'm cool. I'm cool with where I'm at.
But you're only
And I don't want to be cool
But
here.
that's the thing. You're only cool where you're at because the person who needs to be in that space hasn't come yet.
Well, where are you at?
I don't know. Are you in the right rooms?
I ain't in no room. That's part of the problem.
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
in any
saying.
rooms. I'm not in any rooms.
And it's gonna be where you least expect it.
And everybody keeps saying that.
I told you that.
Oh my
It's
god.
gonna be where you at least expect it.
This girl had me dying. I meant to screenshot this. This is a while back I saw. She was like, people swear that a man is not gonna fall out the sky and just come to your doorstep while you chilling on the couch. She met her husband. He was the UPS guy. He delivered that package, and baby, it was love at first sight for both of them. They exchanged information. They dated for like 2 years and they got married. So she was like, don't let anybody tell you can't find your man sitting on your couch.
I mean, it's
like,
true.
That don't happen for
UPS,
everybody, but it's like you
FedEx.
said, when you least expect it.
It's when you least expect it.
Yeah.
The
But for
last
most
thing-
of us, we have to be
The last
outside.
thing I wanted was a relationship.
And you said that.
Like what?
And maybe
A
because I
relationship
want
what?
one. Maybe because
Stop
I want one, I'm
wanting it.
forcing it.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
forcing
you
it to happen.
Don't force it, because when you start forcing things,
Mm-hmm.
you get what you don't want.
And that's why I'm telling everybody no, because I'm like, this is okay. Again, I'm always gonna be a little too transparent, and this is always my brain exposed. I'm good with business decisions. I'm good with, how I connect with people. I get into a room and I always go find the owner, or I go find the GM everywhere I go. I'm cool with the owners of anything that I am a part of, right? When it comes to finding a mate, I have the worst taste. I have the worst discernment. My gut don't tell me shit.
Well, number one, you're not finding a mate. A mate is finding you.
That's part of the
So
problem.
let's
Well,
be
yeah,
let's be in the rooms and let the mate find you.
they always find me and they be the wrong one.
But
I
you have
don't
to
go
weed
seeking
you have to
anybody.
weed them out.
I mean,
You have to weed them out.
you see my pics.
I, if you
Exactly.
say my pics. Oh,
So I'm just trying to figure out how to be in tune with my gut and my discernment and figuring out I'm sorry, trying to figure out who is worth going, not gonna say worth because that sounds horrible. Who is designed
it's not pause. It's not horrible. Speak your truth.
I'm gonna
Who
say
is
worth,
worth?
but somebody worth
Because
to me, not
there's
worth. I don't want nobody to feel like he's worthless. I don't mean it that way. Somebody might take that as worthless,
you can't
where
take
you
it.
could be
You can't.
somebody else's worth
You know
just
what?
to
You
me.
can't focus on how other people feel,
That's
right?
true. Okay.
So like what you feel like
Mm-hmm.
your worth is what you need to,
Yeah. So
communicate with.
okay. So I'll just put it how I was gonna say it then. I'm just trying to work on my words. They just come out so bad
It's
sometimes.
okay.
Who I feel is worthy to go on a date with.
Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out that part. And I feel like, dang, saying that is offending someone that asked me out before and like, oh, she don't think I'm worth it. To me, of what I'm looking for. Because I
Yes,
know when
because
you
you
get
know
to
what
a
you're looking
place when you
for.
know what you're looking for, you can kind of gauge. And they're like, you don't even know who I am as a person yet. But if I'm looking as a whole, then I can see the obvious. And if the obvious doesn't match what I'm looking for, then I would be settling to get to know you, knowing the obvious is not what I'm looking for.
And the craziest thing is, even though I didn't want a relationship, anybody that I entertained, it was in that particular aspect. So like the package had to, like be a certain part. Now
Mhm.
then once we started diving in and certain things didn't mesh, I would cut you off because why am I even gonna play with your time? Even though I want a relationship, why am I gonna play with your time? Because
That part.
I don't want you to crowd my mind and bring my mind to where yours is.
Mhm.
That level thing. Like bring me
Mhm.
to where, like don't bring me down. Like let's go. So it is what it is.
Exactly. And that is
And
my
there's nothing
biggest
wrong with
thing. I
that.
just want to make sure that the outside package, and when I say the outside package, I'm not talking about a man's junk. I'm not talking about just his face. He has to be fine or he has to do this and blah, blah, blah. Although 90% of guys that I have entertained are not even attractive physically to me. I don't go off of
Yeah, because that
looks.
last. Never mind.
I don't go off of looks. I go off of personality. I go off of status. I never go off of looks. So this time around, I wanted to add looks.
But this
So
is the
I just
thing.
shortened my pool even more because I'm like, he's da 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 da, but he's not a looker.
But
Now I
yeah,
might be
cause
doing
see,
too much.
but see, I wanted, like for me, I needed somebody who could walk in the room with me and
I
people
want
would look
that.
at, like they. I want a man. Well, not I want. I wanted a man that could walk into the room
Yes.
and like he could own the room as soon as we walk in. Like yeah, like
Mine
like
don't be
own the
owning the
room. That was
room.
girl. Let's get
Mine
off of
don't.
that, okay? 'Cause
No,
I
not
told you
just
people.
him.
I
It's
told you
been
people.
others
I told you people be
too.
watching. So let's.
Not just him. I'm not even taking just shade at him. I don't go off of looks. So everybody be like, Kels, you can get any dude with the dudes you be entertaining.
But
I'm
this
like, but
my
you don't know their
thing.
personality.
But guess what? So you think when men talk to you, they just being like, "Oh, she good for business." No, they know you look good and they can put you in the boardroom. Because
Very
guess
true.
what? When a man goes into a room, right? Other businessmen look at the person that they're bringing with them, their significant other. If you not in line, they gonna feel like he not in line.
Exactly.
Now, if they bring in Boom Quisha from down the street who look like she just came from the projects and she got on Jordans, like they gonna be like, oh no, he can't handle business. But if
That's
they bring,
so true.
but if they bring Kels in the room and Kels got on her nice outfit, with her nice shoes and she got her handbag and she over here mingling and working the room and she knows how to communicate with everyone, no matter what your status is, that's the person that they want on their side so that they can build.
And that's where my
So
mental
why
is
you
at.
can't
And
be like
no,
that?
I'm like that now, and
Okay,
I
so
feel
keep it.
guilty
It's
for being
no.
like that. I'd be like, you're gonna
These
shorten your pool
Negroes
even
not
more.
feeling guilty for that. They not.
He said facts though.
But
A
the
man
men.
said facts.
That's what I'm saying. Because men are not feeling like men are not feeling guilty for that. I know too many men currently where people are laughing because of who they entertain and who they bring into certain
Yeah.
rooms. Like, come on with the jokes. Like you think I'm gonna do a $2 million deal with you, and this is what you.
This on your arm. So this is showing your ability to lead. That's showing your ability to who you have around you. So I get it. I guess again we talked about this, and last time we were talking about it, I wasn't able to talk because I was about to cry. I'm not there anymore, and the reason I'm not there anymore is because I felt like somebody that I had around me fit where I used to be. So I was like, dang, remember I kept saying I don't want to change because I was still holding on to somebody. So I had to get rid of that somebody because he does not fit where I'm going. I gave him one last opportunity to do something that was going to show, he's there. He couldn't do it. I don't want to make and the whole Lisa Ray. I'm nowhere near on her level, but I don't want to put you and make you do something that you're going to have to strive to get to. I want you to already be there and take me where you're already at, right?
Right.
I don't want to have to bring you up. I don't want to have to console and help and mold and train and
No,
teach.
we're
I don't
not
wanna do
20
that.
anymore, so it's okay.
Yeah. All right. So it's time for us to take a break and we will be right back. You're listening to the Lick Show and we are talking about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. We'll be right back.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke. Every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P. Not to mention, we got the host with the most. KELZ. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen. Seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge. 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.
And we are back, Lick Show with your girl KELZ and Ashley. And we are talking about when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. You wanted to finish that story later, or that was
Yeah,
something
we're
you
gonna
could
finish
say
that
on air?
later.
Okay, cool. She was like, That's just me. That's just super duper say whatever. But yeah. So if anybody wants to call in, I forgot to put the number on here.
It's 404-254-4347. I had to put it on my page.
She on there today. So call in and tell us for both of the topics that we had earlier. We were talking about how to fix a broken friendship because some friendships are worth salvaging. Some of them you just need to let go. So if it's worth fixing, how do you fix it? And then we're talking about, I don't even want to look at her face. When to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. We've talked about walking away and the things that we feel like as women. And this, again, we're not speaking for men. We're not even speaking for other women. We're just hoping that women take heed of some of the things that we're saying and hopefully fall in that line because we are not feminists. I've noticed that about both of us. We're not feminists. We're not going to always feel like the woman is always right, but we're not pick me's either. So we're not going to always agree and side with the men.
I'm Ashley. I pick what I feel like.
Exactly.
Right.
It just depends on what the topic is which way I'm going to flow.
And we've sat here together and both have disagreed.
Exactly.
And you felt one way and I felt another way, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. So we're just giving our opinions on past experiences. And today, these are experiences that I'm currently dealing with. So I'm always, and I said that at the beginning of this show, that I'm always touching on other people's triggers and I never touch on mine. Today I touched on my own triggers. So I don't have, the things that I'm saying today is not things that I've handled in the past. It's things that I need answers to too. So I was hoping y'all was going to call in on that first topic too, because that is the one that I'm currently going through, how to fix a broken friendship.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm like, she's like my sister. I love her like a sister. We fight like we're sisters, and you never fall out truly with your sister because that's blood.
Right.
the fact that we are still wanting to hold on to this, then there's obviously something there that makes us beyond just
So
friends. It's
so
more like
have a
sisterhood.
conversation.
Girl, we've had a million. We keep having them.
So this is the thing. So if you having a million conversations with a person and you guys are not agreeing, you have to agree to disagree and figure out what that line is of what we're not gonna go past.
Yeah.
So
And we
it's
just don't
like
know it.
you're gonna have to figure it out. If you want to keep
Mhm.
a friendship, you're gonna have to figure it out. So, you know, if it's something that triggers you, you have to be you might tell your friend like, hey, like this really triggers me. Can we just not let's just not talk about it?
Yeah.
Because like it's certain things that I have with friends I just won't discuss.
Yep.
Just like how I don't discuss politics, like at work and stuff like that. It's just certain things with certain friends I don't discuss.
Mhm.
I don't discuss it like I got a friend, I won't discuss her relationship at all. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. Let's not go there.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
just figure out that and once you figure out that hard part, that hard conversation of what neither one of you really can agree on, and just talk about everything else.
I agree. I agree. We just got to figure out what that is.
So y'all need to do some self soul searching to
No, we
figure that
do
out.
for real.
No, I'm
We do.
serious.
No,
Do
no,
some
I
self
get
soul
you.
searching.
Definitely. We definitely do. So that is part of what we're talking about today, how to fix broken friendships. And I guess I should have said that are worth fixing because every friendship
Because
isn't
every
worth.
friendship is not worth
Yeah,
fixing.
and I'll say like not to keep rehashing the topic at the last hour, but some friendships people hold on to because you've been friends for 20, 30 years. But that friend ain't been a friend in like the last 5 years. That friend ain't been a friend in the last
Right.
year. And you're still talking about how they helped you through your divorce 20 years ago. Like, what have
No.
they done now? Or they say, what have you done for me lately?
Right.
So if you don't have any current good things to say about a person in as far as friendships, loyalty, support, all that goes, then I don't see why you're holding on to
Because
that
like I have
friendship.
a friend, I don't have to talk to my friend every day. I don't have to talk to her every month.
Mhm.
But I do know that like if I pick up that phone and I call her and I need her, I know she there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so you're gonna go through stages with friends. You're
Yep.
just like you go through stages in relationships, you go through stages with your kids. Because
Mhm.
like your child as adolescent is not the same as they are when they're a teen.
Ooh, child.
You
Yes.
know, like my preteens are not the same as my teenage son.
Yep.
Like it's different. Friendships go through the same thing.
Absolutely.
But the groundwork for me is if you need something, am I gonna be there 100%? If I need something, I know she's gonna be there 100%. That don't mean that I have to, like physically pick up the phone and call you and talk to you every day. And I'm not the friend that
Exactly.
needs that. So if you have a friend that needs that, then I might not be the friend for you.
Exactly. And I'll say that too. I have a friend that I had to do the hard part and break the friendship off. And I told her, and it was within a grieving period for her. Like sometimes you can crash out and you go over the cliff. I can't help you once you go over that cliff. Now, Sunshine said, I'm going to go over the cliff. I'm not going to go over the cliff with you. I'm going to stop you from going over that cliff. But once you get too far and now you've affected my life, I got to let you go over it by yourself.
Yeah.
She went over the cliff beyond and through the woods and to grandma's house we go.
So she gotta go to grandma's house.
So I was just like, I know you're doing this because you're grieving, but at the same time, you threw me over the cliff too. So within that, I was just like, look, um, if you ever need me, you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. But on a day to day, I got to take a break from you. Like I can't help you. You're beyond what I can do to help you as a friend. And that was like, I don't know, like 7 years ago. Now we send memes to each other, and that's about as much as we communicate with each other. Social media. And it had to be that way. And it was a hard friendship to break off because we were friends for so long. She was one of my closest friends in high school. We did a lot of when we graduated and moved on to bigger and better things in life. She was still around. She just wasn't present. So people would
So
bring
wait, I
to
got
my
a question.
attention.
When you say she wasn't present, how was it? Like, so
Um,
is it? Tell me how she wasn't.
it wasn't necessarily. It wasn't competition, but it was more so her not being happy, so it was hard for her to be happy for somebody else. It was
Okay.
hard for her to put her
Okay.
issues on the back end to be happy for what I had going on.
Okay.
So if I had anything good going on, I wouldn't bring it up to her because she didn't know how to handle that.
And okay, the reason I asked is because I know, like, when I was going through a divorce, like when I was going through my divorce,
Mhm.
I went through it, and again, a lot of people didn't know that I was going through a divorce unless you was like my sibling
Mm-hmm.
and our parent. So with that, I had a friend that was happily married. Like she was happy, like she was so happy with her marriage. Everything
Mm-hmm.
was going, the way that it needed to go. So for me, I wouldn't talk to her about certain things because I didn't want to project that into her marriage.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
kept it to myself, or I would just talk to like my mom or my sister or his mom and his sisters about it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was more so of like, I don't want to bring you there. So like after she finally found out that we were divorced and everything like that, she was like, well, why you didn't talk to me? So when I explained that to her, she still was upset that I didn't talk to her about it, but I feel like she understood
Yeah.
because I don't want to project my negativity into your
I'm like that.
relationship.
I'm
Like
like
I
you.
do not. I am a firm believer. Like I do not want to project my negativity because I just feel like if you project your negativity into somebody else's relationship, whether they want to or not, they hold on to certain things. So they might look
Mm-hmm.
at you like, "Why are you doing so and so and so and so now?"
Exactly.
And that come because I'm telling you how it's pissing me off with what
Mm-hmm.
somebody else doing. So I'm not gonna do that. So
Yep.
that's why I had to ask that question.
Yeah. So with our, I'll just say specifically what it was since you were specific on yours. So when I opened that boutique by Lenox Mall, I was excited about that. Like, you got a boutique by Lenox, and you used to be selling clothes online, and we set up. This is like whenever I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it to the biggest of the ability that I can do it. When I was selling my brand online, in my house, I had my formal dining room set up like a store. My ex put the shelves up
Right.
and I had my clothes like a store. And right across from my formal dining room is a half bath. That became the fitting room. So what I would allow women, complete strangers, if you wanted to shop with KELZ is the name of it. And then when I got the boutique, I changed it to KELZ Creations. If you wanted to shop with KELZ, all you had to do was come to the house. You could try on the clothes, go in the bathroom, try it on, and you purchase right there on the spot. So I went from online to having a ideal of what a store would be like because
Right.
people were coming to the house all the time to get in a location. When I did the soft opening, she didn't show up. And they were like, dang, that's supposed to be like one of your best friends. Where's she at? Like, we're all here. Even it was even a girl that I was not that cool with came out to the soft opening. She was the main one, was like, where your girl at? So it kind of like you hating, but it was like, dang, even she noticed it.
What was her reason?
It was always like that. Anything big going on for me, she just didn't want to be a part of. And it wasn't, we weren't in competition because it wasn't like she wanted a clothing store. It was like whatever realm she was in with her job, she wasn't elevating. So somebody else's elevation, she
Okay, so
just couldn't.
that was the problem then. Okay, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah. So she couldn't put the fact that she didn't get the promotion on the back end, but my friend just opened a boutique. Let me go be supportive.
See, that's a little different.
Yeah. But I couldn't see that because she would shop online. She purchased.
No.
So to me, I'm like, but she still
no,
supported me. They're
But
like,
no.
no.
You want me to tell you what that is, though?
Hmm.
You want me to tell you what that is?
What?
That's competition in a
Ah.
way. So listen.
And I used to tell people all the time.
I was about to ask you, did she shop with you?
She
And my
did.
reasoning for it is
She did.
my reasoning for that is because so basically behind closed doors it's okay for you to support me, but in the public eye it's not okay for you to support me. That's a problem for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I would much rather you come to my soft opening and not buy anything.
Yeah, I needed you there.
To
I was
show
nervous.
me that you support me and you're standing beside me than for you to do it behind closed doors.
Mhm.
Like that's the one thing I can't say. Like me and my friend, no, she had a boutique. I shopped with her boutique all the time. When I go home, that's who do my hair. When she buy bundles for me. Hair Rehab ATL. You can use the code
Period.
HITS 92.3 to get your discount. Okay. I launched a flat iron. She was the first person to purchase the, like soon as I hit, like I don't know if she had her notifications on or not, but she was the first person. She was the
Love
first
it.
when I launched my shampoos and conditioners. She was the first person to do like the purchases, but it wasn't just like online. Like she was very vocal with her purchase because she lives in another state, so she's
Okay.
always shown up in that aspect, and I have for her as well. So like for me, that's different. So like you're
Yeah.
not gonna show up for me in the public eye, but you're gonna show up for me behind closed
Yeah,
doors.
and I
Like keep that
defended that.
bullshit. Excuse my like keep that. 'Cause
I
that's
defended
fake.
her to the death. I'm like, but she still supported. Y'all just don't understand. She would always have a reason. She just did not just show up. It was always, they was like, but every time you have something, she had something going on that day.
Like it can't be every time.
It was every single time. She
No.
never
No, I don't
physically
like that.
supported anything that I did. She would like when I had the boutique, she would always shop with me though. She would wear my clothes. She just didn't she didn't support me out loud, I should say.
That's what I'm saying. But if a person doesn't support, so when a person doesn't support you and your endeavors and your business out loud, like they're being really quiet about it,
Mm-hmm.
they're telling you underhandedly exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
no, we're not friends.
Okay, so what do you think of this same person? She cut off our other friend because our other friend was going through a bad relationship. And you know how some people will just stay. They just never leave and they just keep venting about it. She cut her off because she got tired of hearing about the relationship issues. What do you think about that situation?
Um, I don't think you should cut a friend off for that, but you can set boundaries. You can just tell them like, hey, I mean, if nothing's changing, then that ain't something that I just want to keep hearing. You know, like say it in the way that you know your friend is receptive to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't cut a friend off for that.
Okay, that's
Like
what I wanted to know.
yeah, because like
she did.
I wouldn't cut
And that
I
made me
wouldn't
look at her
cut a
funny.
friend. Yeah, because like I wouldn't cut a friend off for that.
Because I was thinking in my
Because
mind, if I ever go through, I know she is not
that's
going
what
to
I'm
stick
saying.
around.
So I mean, like if I go through anything, you're not gonna stick around for me to. Now I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear about the same thing for 5 years. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
it can be different things, but I'm gonna tell you that, like, hey, you know, like girl, we've been discussing this for like 5 years. But I like friends like that.
Yeah,
You know, like I like friends like that. That's gonna tell me like exactly what
Yes.
it is.
Yep.
Like I do not like yes friends, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's why I've had the same best friend that I've had since I was 11 years old, because she's not a fucking yes friend. Like she's not and I mean she gonna watch this later. I know she is, but she's not a yes friend, and I like that
Yeah.
because no matter what it is, she gonna call me out on my BS like I'm gonna call her out on
Yeah.
hers.
And I just feel like I prefer those type of friends too. But you got to have a balance. You can't always just shut down every
Yeah,
horrible thing I do or say. Then I'm like, okay, now I feel like you're just being
my
judgmental.
point exactly.
But if you spank me, hug me too. Like don't
Yes,
just don't just give me the bad and just leave me out
it's
there.
like with your
Now I feel
kids.
judged. Yeah.
It's like when you had kids, you gotta, like when you reprimand them on something, you gotta also speak about what they did
Also,
good.
yeah,
So
you got to.
because
That's
you don't
why
want
I
to
like
break
those
them.
balance. Give me a balance. Again, I am sensitive to words. You have to give me balance, or I'm just gonna swim away. I am gonna swim to the furthest part of the ocean, and
She
you
do
will
like to
never
swim.
see me again.
She like to swim.
I do. I enjoy swimming. Hey, look, so I know y'all are probably like, where is that other girl that be talking?
She's
Sunshine is
yes, they
so
are.
quiet.
Nobody is asking that. Absolutely no one is
Everybody
asking
is
that. No one
crying
has said
like
no. Nobody's
they are
asked that.
crying at home like, oh my gosh, where is Sunshine? Like she is
Right.
not here today. What is going on? Sunshine is chilling today, y'all. Sunshine is chilling today. She was chilling on Monday. Sunshine just doing her thing back there.
It's okay.
She wiped her forehead
Sunshine
and
and
rain.
rain.
All right, so the super easy part that is always hard for women is submission. And I am sick of women thinking submission means do as a man says, become a slave,
That's not
because
it.
that is not what submission means.
That's not it.
It's so much more than just what a man says and do what he says. It's just like going into a relationship as more than just yourself. Put in some of the things that you want for yourself on the back burner for the betterment of you both. And I think women forget about that part of submission.
Yep.
They only think about the I ain't finna do what he said, and like I ain't even talking about
Yeah,
that.
like,
Why do
why
you
you talking
feel
about that?
like yeah? And they throw in the leadership and the I ain't doing this until again. I practiced it. I keep because I'm so proud of myself. I'm gonna talk about it for the third time. I submitted last night to my old ways to not make the conversation go south
Mm.
because that could have been a whole argument. So I submitted my old lick back, my old if you call me a bitch, I'm gonna call you a bitch, or I'm gonna call you something more to go higher than where you went. I decided not to go that route for the betterment of the conversation. So that is a part of submission when you're dealing with an opposite sex is learning how to talk to your man. And I only say that like of course it can go for men or women, but I don't speak for men. I don't speak for women either, but I am talking to women. Learn how to speak to your man in a language that he understands. And no man understands the neck rolling, the attitudes, the extremely aggressive.
The throwing the
Yeah,
hand.
exactly. They don't understand aggression because they're now you've challenged them.
They're gonna shut down.
Exactly. They're gonna feel challenged and
But it's
they're gonna
kind of,
shut down.
but it's like if you talking to your mate and your mate jump in your face, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
got two broken fingers for that.
so that's what my so like
That's
it's
different.
like you can't that
I have a broken thumb. I mean, I have a broken middle finger on my left hand and a broken pinky finger on my right hand because a man got in my face with his finger. And I don't know if he got too close, but that finger mushed my forehead and I blacked out. I don't remember what happened after that. I just know I was going crazy because that man was way bigger. And all I was thinking was, I'll kill him dead before I let him beat me. I didn't know where that finger was going to go, if it was a fist coming, if it was a slap coming, if it was a body. I don't know where it was going, but yeah, I wasn't going down without a fight. Again, I'm 5'1", 125 pounds, and you think you finna put your hands on me? No, sir.
girl.
So yeah, men, don't get in no woman's face, please don't, because now you're
That's what
you're
I'm saying.
challenging her as well. Women
Yeah,
don't get in a man's face.
Don't do it either.
Women, do not put your hands on these men. Stop thinking you can beat on a man, because I have a son. My son is 22. His mama told him, hello, I'm his mama. She got one time to hit you. After that, if she want to fight, give that bitch a fight.
Please don't hit my son.
Don't hit my son,
I'm just gonna tell you
because he gonna get you. Once I bail him out of jail, because he's going to jail. Now I got to get you because I had to get my son out of jail. So now you're gonna get it twice. But just don't put your hands on my son. Please, man, you got my whole family is from Georgia. We are all here. It ain't no people we got to get from home to come here. We're here. Don't touch my kids.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got a shaker,
If y'all can see
but don't touch. Submit your hands to my son. I'm gonna say that, ladies. Submit your hands to my son, because his mama didn't teach him to walk away and get beat on. Absolutely not. And I've always known, I don't care how small a man is. I don't care how big a man is. I can't beat a man. They have a completely different strength than a woman does.
No,
You think you finna fight a gay man because he gay and he got on heels and walk like a,
they don't care.
you don't want to fight that man either. Like, women be swearing because I can talk to you some
Well, let
kind
me
of
just
way.
say this though. I do know one female that can like
Beat on her husband.
I call my sister Baby D. Like
my
baby,
auntie.
I call my sister, and Lord, they gonna kill me when they see this. They gonna
Baby
kill
D.
me. We call my sister Baby D because baby, we got into an altercation in a club in my hometown. Baby D was slinging security. It was so bad they maced us because she was getting them. Okay.
Your sister had security down.
Put
for
it
the
like
count?
this.
They were fighting for their
My
life.
man even said it one time. We was talking about going to some event and he was out of town. He was out of town, and I think his security was out of town. And he doesn't like me to go to certain events without security or whatever, like by myself. So he was like, "Nah, you can go." He was like, "Take baby sis with you." It's like, because like these Atlanta streets be a little different. You know what I'm saying?
And is.
So he was like, "Just take baby sis with you." I'm like, bruh, you talking about we got bail money?
No, for real. For real. And I think women who just beat on men altogether, they had that one man, not because she was always able to beat him up. Some men let you because they don't want to go to jail, or you got family that they don't want to see. They let you beat them up. So now in her mind, oh, I can beat men up. Girl. She gonna come across that right one. And he gonna show her how you can't put your hands on a man. So women, submit your hands to these men.
Please.
Submit your voices. And when I say hands, I mean fists. I mean the hand shaking when you're talking, putting your hand in that man's face, even to property. Stop tearing up the cars. Stop putting holes in the walls. Stop. So years ago, my friend was in a physically abusive relationship. Later on, I found out he was a whole pimp and she was his hoe. I didn't know.
Oh God.
And we did a whole intervention to get her away from him because she just wouldn't leave, right? So while we were there, let me read. Okay, I was 16, so I'm 43. This was years ago. At the age of 16, he had all this designer clothes and shoes and all this stuff, and he loved beer. He had one more beer in the refrigerator. I opened that beer, I shook it up real good, and I took it to the closet on all his clothes, and I put it in all the shoes. And I was with my kid's father at the time, and I was like, he gonna have to come see us because I know you beat on women, so I know you coming for me. That man never. I saw him years later. He was like, "You crazy?" I said, "What you do with all this stuff?" He was like, "I had to take it to the cleaner. Some of them shoes was destroyed." But
Yeah, see, I'm a firm believer. Don't be out here destroying nobody personal.
that's what I'm saying.
Don't be out here
At
touching nobody's
43.
clothes. Don't be out here touching nobody's shoes and their vehicles because people will get with you over their
Yes.
items.
Yes. Submit your hands to people's
I'm trying to think, have I
to
ever
their
torn-
body, to
have
their
I ever
stuff.
torn up clothes and shoes? I don't think
That
so.
I never did it to anybody I was with. I did that because he was beating on my friend and I found out he was a pimp. So
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
like,
think
okay,
I
well,
ever
beat on
did.
me. Here I am.
I
was
did
in
hit
that
somebody with a
mindset.
Louisville Slugger before, but that's a whole nother story.
Girl, I had a gun put to my head 2 different
Oh my
times.
God, Kills, what the hell is wrong?
Again, I was
Oh, I forgot you are
around the
from.
same
But I
16.
forgot you are from Atlanta.
I my homegirls was talking to the guys in the hood. Shout out to them. And of course, I'm always the small one. And I don't know what we
Because you're
started
only about
talking about.
4'9".
I was probably like 4'9" for real then. And I got in an argument with one of them. And I used to clown real bad. Again, Sunshine don't believe I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy. Don't get me on you because I ain't gonna be able to stop and I'm gonna have everybody cracking up. So I did it to him. He got so mad that he pulled his gun out. He was like, talk about my mama one more time. Girl, I looked that man in his eyes and I said, I'm gonna be dead probably in the next 5 seconds, and your mama's still gonna be a fat bitch. When I say he busted out laughing, he was like, you are crazy. And all of them started laughing. I guess he was trying to scare me. I don't know where my mental was as a teenager, but they used to call me Bullet,
What
small
side
but
of town did you
deadly.
grow up on?
Decatur.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was not, I don't know where my mental was.
Candler Road.
Today, Columbia Drive. Oh, don't do that. Don't you do that.
Columbia and Rainbow.
Yes.
Wait, you for real?
I went to Columbia High School. I live right there on Columbia Drive.
I got into it with this girl before, like
Uh-huh.
when I was living here. We was in her hometown, and me and her got into it about something, and she said she was like, "Yeah, because I'll beat you." I was like, "Bitch, I know where you stay. You stay on Columbia and Rainbow." Like I was like, everyone was like, "Look, I was like in the hood." Let me stop. Let me get off these people.
Oh my gosh. But
Why you
yeah,
laughing
shout
at
out
us
to
sometimes?
DeKalb County and Cobb County.
I like the Cab County.
people swear I graduated from Pebblebrook High School because I know everybody in Austell. Like I did not. I only went to ninth grade, 2 months of ninth grade, and everybody swears I finished at. I was like, why does everybody remember me from Pebblebrook? I'm not from
You went to
Pebblebrook.
Columbia.
I went to Columbia High School. I ran track for Columbia High School.
Well,
Yes, shout out
I
to
went
Columbia
to a
High
prestigious
School.
high school in Jackson, Mississippi. I went
Not
to
the prestige.
Callaway High School, and back in my day, 2003, we were like, we were the it girls. Okay, we were the who's girls.
But I was never. I mean, you could probably consider those instances hood, but I was never hood.
That's hood as fuck.
That's
Like,
hood instances.
no, that is hood.
But I was never hood in school. I would
Kels.
not be considered the hood girl. I was the cute little
Yeah, but you getting guns
Cobb
pulled
County
out
girl.
on you.
I came from Cobb County. They saw
Yeah.
me as the Cobb County girl.
They get guns pulled out on her.
That happened in Cobb County on Six Flags Drive. What is it now? Oh yeah, I stayed on Six Flags Drive too.
Okay,
I
let's
stayed
get back.
in
Let's
Hunters
go
Grove.
to
Oh yeah,
next.
okay, next. So
'Cause
we're
next,
talking
'cause-
about the submission part of relationships, and I said this is how we got on this whole thing. If you're just tuned in, submitting your hands, because people always swear submitting just means being barefoot and pregnant and doing what the man says. There's lots of things women can do to be submissive in a relationship, and one of them is how you talk to your man. And part of language is body language. Doing all this neck rolling and hands in your face and tearing up. That's what we got on this. Is tearing up your property and putting holes in the wall
Mhm.
and slashing your tires and breaking your windows. All of that is a part of not being a submissive woman to your man.
We know you submissive.
Somebody just said that this morning. She was like, "You too submissive. You need to fight back a little bit." I do. Why do people swear
What's
I
too
don't?
submissive though?
Huh?
What's
Hey,
too
let me tell y'all
submissive?
something. Let me
Okay.
tell y'all something. Let
Yes,
me tell
sunshine. Sunshine
I ain't even pressed the button. Let me tell y'all something.
and rain.
Y'all be like, "Oh, she's the sweet one,
Right.
and
Thank you, Sunshine.
Sunshine's the old masculine boy one." But when I be calling Kels, talking about Kels, let me tell you what happened. Kels be the one like, Sunshine, let me tell you what you need to do. And Sunshine be the one like, oh no, I'm gonna try this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Sunshine,
do
just
this.
don't call me.
She
Don't
is right. And
I'm
we
telling
had
you,
this discussion.
Kels is a killer.
People keep swearing, and it's it like I said, I be wanting to do stuff to knock myself off of this pedestal that people put me on. It be opposite with me and Sunshine. Sunshine might be the masculine on the outside, but when it comes to duties and how you're gonna like act on certain acts, I am the way more masculine one. Because I told her if we switched for a month, I want to switch so bad. Do you know a
Nah,
man would be eating my goddamn ass
we
by midnight?
we couldn't
I'm
switch
sorry,
for
I
a
say that
month.
all the time, and I said I was gonna stop saying
We
it.
couldn't switch for. Oh my. Okay, so in that, y'all.
Every time I say that on Facebook, now come on, I know I'm getting off topic, but women swear that y'all don't like y'all butt ate.
Oh my god.
Stop it,
Oh my god.
because I do.
Y'all, I don't know where we just went.
Anywho, submit
Kill.
yourself sexually to your man. Whatever your man wants, he gets.
Oh my god. Whining
Am
Women
I
Wednesday.
lying? Right. I still got some in here, so I ain't tipsy and drunk yet. I got 2 minutes. All right.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we do because today I'm out of here on time because of them cheering. So P. we sorry.
Joe,
I don't know. P.
not me personally. That did not come out right at all. I said, you don't know personally.
What the
What the what by midnight? What did I wake up to?
P. I don't know. I'm sitting here in the room and I don't know what I am sitting in.
I'm just saying. We're going to add that to the list. Be submissive sexually to your man. Don't be boring. If you are boring, that man is going to find it elsewhere. Some men don't cheat because the relationship is bad. Some men cheat because they just need something extra. They just need something different. And a woman gave it to them. Hell. So don't be boring. That that lessens his chances of
Please
finding
don't
it
be
somewhere
boring.
else. Don't be boring. And what I call boring is if he, and I'm not about to get no. Throw it back, ladies. Don't just lay there like a log. If he's in missionary, throw it back. Okay, like y'all just be laying there. They don't like that unless he can't handle it. He'll say, "Wait a minute." He'll try to go back down and then come back. So yeah, be submissive sexually to your man. Be submissive with these hands, body language, language of the mouth, all that cussing. They don't like all that. You if you cuss, you cuss. But I'm talking about if you're arguing, don't be all this.
So don't cuss at your partner.
Yeah, don't cuss at your partner, and don't be calling him the B word.
Yeah, I don't cuss at my partner. I don't call him out his name at all.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
What's some other
Not
ways to
degrading.
submit to?
Don't do me either though,
Because
that's gonna be a whole other story.
that is a definitely.
That's another topic.
That's a
No,
different.
please don't do that.
So, what's another way a woman can submit to her man, other than just the cooking and cleaning and doing as he says, quote unquote? Because not all women gonna do as a man says, and some men don't want to do that. Some men don't even want a woman to have to do all that. He don't feel like I need to tell you what to do. You're a grown woman, but
Yeah, but you know what you need. You know like,
exactly,
you know what you need to do.
exactly. So I'm just laughing. I'll tell you about that off air.
Please tell me off air. 'Cause
yeah, my friend was like,
We
"Dang,
got-
you're a little too submissive." I don't think I am. I get back a little bit when it's needed. Now, if it's gonna mess up what I'm trying to do, then I'm gonna be super submissive. Learn when to be extra submissive, ladies. And I'll say this too: men love compliments. Men love to feel needed.
and they like gifts.
They do. They love gifts. Women, Stop giving men gifts on Christmas and their birthday. They don't want that. They get that every day. That's you being boring. Now you want to spice it up.
Girl,
Pretend
here go
every day.
Get Pijo, log
Pretend
off.
every day is your man's birthday and Christmas.
Pijo,
What about invited?
We're not gonna read that out loud.
I'm not even gonna read
Pijo,
that.
log off. Because you about to take this conversation somewhere else. Log off. We got 1 minute left.
But yeah, what was it we just saying?
Pijo threw me off. I don't even remember.
That's why I can't remember either. Because I literally was about to read
see
that out loud.
Sunshine?
We are not going to read that, sir.
I put all the
Not you being submissive. Be supportive. That's submission to your man. Be supportive of whatever. If your man is a rapper and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't listen to another rap song, but that is his dream and he really wants to do it and you want to be with him, the submissive part of you has to be supportive of that.
Because he might not like your lace front and he's supporting you with your lace front. Again, hair rehab ATL. It's nice.
And she got the bundles for you. She got the bundles for you. You don't have to keep walking around looking like that. And he is being submissive to his relationship and accepting, staring at your forehead, trying to look you in your eyes. I'm sorry.
Okay, y'all, we gotta go.
All right, that is
today's show was fun.
Y'all y'all couldn't have at the right time because I was about to go. You were listening to the L.I.C.K show. We were talking about at the beginning of the show how to fix broken friendships. We always work on the relationships. We don't put too much emphasis on a friendship. Someone makes you mad, you cut that homegirl off, you cut that homeboy off, and then y'all gone when you can fix it. Excuse me. The second discussion we had was when to commit, when to submit, and when to walk away. So if you missed it, that's okay, because you can go right over to YouTube and it will be there as soon as you click on. You can watch the whole entire show from the beginning to the end. Leave your comments. And yeah, tune in as we have Wine and Women Wednesday, each and every Wednesday. We might have a sponsor. I got to reach out to this lady. She was like, I would love to. Now, I'm going to tell anybody, because you can still submit. I'm not just going to go on the first one unless it's just amazing. We're going to try out different wines. So if you have a wine, why did you put that up there? If you have a wine business, make sure you send me a message. You can either DM me or send it to L.I.C.K, L-I.C.K radio show @gmail.com and tell me about the wine. We are going to try these wines out. Like, just because you have a wine and you want to promote it, we are not going to sit here and drink nasty wine.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Because that one wine I drank that was disgusting, I ain't ever
drinking that so we will never drink that one again. And we're not in the business to expose and just keep name dropping bad wines. But we didn't like it, so we would never try it again. So if you have a wine brand and you want us to try it out, we are more than willing to try it out. Once we decide on the one that we like the most is the one that we are going to promote on the show, we will have a code to where you can get discounts if they offer it, but we will be promoting that wine and that wine only once we find it. All right, so make sure you send it again. It is at lickradioshow@gmail.com. My audio went out. It's okay. Y'all can go over to YouTube and check it out. So that is it. Ashley, tell everybody where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at mz.ashleynicole. There in my bio, you can connect with me for my all real estate needs. You can also connect with me for any of your hair needs. Be mindful that if you do shop with Hair Rehab ATL, use the code HITS92.3. And we got a little special discount for you guys because I love y'all. Y'all are so sweet. And until next time, you'll see me Wednesday.
And sorry, of course, you know, you can find the radio station Hits 92.3 on all social media platforms. I'm losing my voice now. So I'm just going to go. Peace.
Bye.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ Pijo. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, KELZ. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen. Seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food, something special, bar and lounge. 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something special, bar and lounge.